So I think we shall start. Thanks again for everybody that could attend to this webinar related to the launch of our 2025 Global User Meeting. And I would like to start with an outline of the. Well, first of all, let me just make you all informed that we have, or we will go through a poll here during the presentation, during this webinar, and you will be able to answer by using either your mobile phones or your computer. So if you want, when you do this via your phone, you can just point your camera to this QR code. It will open the polling system, or you can also go to the chat here in this webinar session. You will also find the link for this polling. Okay. So we'd like to start with an outline of the agenda of today's discussion. First of all, the idea is to give you some context of how we got here related to our past experience and the idea of the organization of those user meetings. And then we want to present some highlights of the user meeting that we had this year, 2024. And based on that, make the link to the next one, the next year's user meeting, and what you should expect from it. Afterwards, go through the polls and open for questions for everybody that would like to ask anything related to the event. You will also be able to send questions through the chat. So we'll gather the questions and we'll answer them at the end. Okay. So what is our user meeting, right? So it's the idea here is to gather the users and the development support team of PSR in an immersive experience to boost discovery of all new developments in our tools, learn about the latest developments and applications applied to the energy sector. Make the chance for people to have direct interactions with our experts. It's an opportunity to talk with all the development team and receive feedback and suggestions for them related to our tools. And of course, being a user meeting, the idea is to create a networking experience where different users from different companies, from different areas, from different countries can share their past experience with the tools and also what they aim at using the tools in the future, so that everybody can make sure that they're talking about the same things or not, and exchange their challenges and their achievements. And at the end, we also want not that the event be very superficial. We want actually to go in depth with some techniques, so explain details of the tools and methodologies and make sure that everybody attending the event will learn about the software and how to use it in an applied way to real world problems. In the past, when we started organizing this users meeting 2004, so it was the very first one. It took place here in Rio de Janeiro, and the event was focused on our Latin American users. As you might be aware of, PSR, as we are based in Brazil, we have an important share of users from Latin America. And then 4 years afterwards, we had this 2008 users meeting also here in Rio, the second one, and also focused on Latin American users. Then again, 4 years later, our third meeting that took place in Panama, again, focused on Latin American users. And then this year, the last one that we organized took place in Panama, where we also had the presence of users not only from Latin America, but still the event was focused on Latin American users. So we have been organizing this event since 2004, and we gathered more than 300 participants over those events, taking into account that we got representatives from over 15 countries. And this year's meeting that took place the beginning of the year, we took 21 experts from PSR to the event to be there, present, discuss with the users. That summed up 100 participants from 15 countries, from more than 40 companies, involving around 30 hours of sessions and 10 user presentations. So we basically divide the agenda into slots. This year's user meeting, it took place from Monday to Friday, and we divided those days into different slots, covering presentations of interesting topics, and also the focus on the application of those topics involving our tools, and also having the chance for having one-to-one discussions with our experts. So some highlights from our meeting this year. So we started with a roundtable discussion involving global experts in the energy sector, included the main director of the system operator of Mexico, as well as Mario, PSR founder, Luis Barroso, PSR CEO, and also friend research Rodrigo from Chile. So we discussed it in this panel session. Important topics related to integration of renewable energy, how to manage the variability of the renewables, how to adapt the planning models in general. Could be not only PSR models, but in general, how to adapt planning models for renewable integration. Discussed what would be the innovative solutions for a sustainable power systems, considering all those challenges that we already mentioned with the increased penetration of renewables. And at the end, we had a collaborative dialogue with industry leaders, also with the possibility for the users that were there at the event to make questions to the panelists. Then, so this was in the very first day, very first session. Then we followed the event with technical sessions, all of them discussing relevant topics related to what are the flexibility needs for modeling energy transition, and also how to couple that challenges with our tools and the tools available at PSR for optimizing the systems and organizing and dashboards, and all BI infrastructure related to those applications. We also had some talks with experts where the users that were part of the event had the chance to meet with our experts, make their questions of interest related to applications of the tools for their systems, or maybe even bringing some cases they were analyzing, or they would like some help from us to try to understand in depth any result, or if they want to model something new in their systems, they could have the chance to meet with us and seek together with a solution for it. We also had some case studies presentation from studies that we at PSR developed recently, and all of them also related to the key topics of the challenges that we already mentioned: increased penetration of renewables, flexibility, expansion planning, and all those topics that were totally linked with the backbone of the event. So this is a picture that we took there with our experts that attended the user meeting, and they will definitely be there in the next one that we're going to organize 2025. And this is a picture that we took at the end of the event with almost all participants from all those 15 plus countries that had the chance to participate and enjoy the event. And then the next step here is to make an even more productive or an even more immersive experience for the users, taking from our previous experience, taking especially from today's or this year's user meeting, taking all of the understanding, all of the experience that we learned from what the users wanted to see more or they wanted to focus it on, and then try to organize a new event that would be even more interesting for the participants than the last ones.
I think it's really enjoyable to see all the good people participating from different governments and users of STP.
Realmente ha valido mucho la pena el viaje y el tiempo que le hemos dedicado.
So this is a kind of a retrospective of what we had this year, and now announcing our 2025 user meeting that will take place in Brazil from the 18th to the 22nd of May. It will be, you can find here in this slide the web link for the event. So you're gonna find all related information about the event accessing this link. And the event will take place, as I said, in Brazil, in the state of Rio de Janeiro, in a very special city called Búzios, that we might start giving you more information right now. And the registration process is now open, so feel free to access this link and start working on your presentation or on your registration for the event. So let's talk about the place where we chosen to organize the event. It is located in the lake region on the state of Rio, around 200 kilometers from our office here in Rio de Janeiro. So approximately 2 hours by car, maybe 2.5 hours by car. It's a small city, a population of around 34,000 inhabitants. A very nice weather, tropical weather, temperatures ranging from 20 to 30 Celsius degrees. And it's a key destination of tourism, as being a very nice place of beaches and very charming and vibrant atmosphere. As you can see, there will be plenty of beaches for also enjoying the time there that we spend in Búzios. So it will not be only the event and the user meeting, but since the event will take place close to the beaches, the people will also be able to enjoy some leisure time and relax during that week. Búzios is considered an ideal destination for hiking, for water activities such as snorkeling, surfing, and boating. It is also very famous by the food and the this intense and vibrating nightlife in the city. And the hotel that will take place the event and where the participants that register to events will also stay is located in this place that you can see with this red pin. And it is very conveniently located nearby the center of Búzios, close to nice beaches and will allow you to both be staying the presentation site, the user meeting site conveniently, where you're gonna stay, as well as being able to access several restaurants if you want, or places to go, beaches to visit. The hotel that we're gonna stay has 172 rooms, which will be they're all booked for our user meeting. So the hotel will be closed for our event. And it has a very complete infrastructure with large swimming pools, with restaurants, gym, sport carts, aquatic activities, sauna, spa, and convention center. Very comfortable infrastructure for holding this event in terms of rooms for all the sessions. And as I mentioned in the past, our users meeting were focused on Latin American users, but now for 2025, we decided to make it a global event, therefore opening space for a richer exchange of experience and perspective among different users, not only Latin America, but worldwide. So the format of next year's event, well, in 2024, our format was involved a panel discussion with experts, presentation sessions on key planning issues, and we had one-to-one talks with specialists, and also presentations by users and demos of software and tools. For the next year, we plan to keep the main format, the key format of the presentation of the event that we had last year, but we want also to include more practical and theoretical mini courses, sessions that will allow having more hands-on experience for the users and more iterations with our development team. The registration fee, it will be $1,800 US, so $1,800 per participant. And this amount includes, it's a very complete package. So it includes the participation in all the event, all presentations and all technical sessions, exclusive access to all events, technical materials, direct contact with our developments and opportunity for one-on-one meetings. And important to highlight, it includes the full accommodation for all the 4 nights at the event hotel, so at this Búzios hotel. It also includes breakfast, lunch, and all coffee breaks for the days of the event. So the only thing that is not included here will be dinner, but besides dinner, everything is already included in this fee. And also the transportation from Rio de Janeiro to the hotel in Búzios and back. And of course, since the idea is to have a mix of experiences, both technical and also personal, we're going to organize some social events during the week. And this fee also covers all those, the participation in all those social events. Then maybe start with some frequent asked questions that we get when we organize this event. So first of all, what is the payment method for the event? And we will have international bank transfer as the payment method. So any user or any company that would like to register a user, you're gonna get in contact with us, and we'll provide all the necessary information, and afterwards the invoice for you to make the bank transfer, which is pretty much the same thing that you do when your companies pay for the renewable service of our software. So pretty much the same payment scheme that your companies are already familiarized with. But in case this payment method does not work for any reason, please feel free to write to the email address of the user meeting at psr-inc.com, explaining the case, and we'll try to address and find a solution for it. Okay. Another question is what will be the event language? So being a global event, we will have participants that speak Spanish, English, and Portuguese. And so PSR presentations will be in Spanish. The key PowerPoints will be in Spanish, and the participants' presentation will be their native languages. But we're gonna have simultaneous translation to allow all the participants to follow each and every presentation, each and every discussion during this event. Is there a discount for double room accommodation? Yes. If you have two participants sharing a room, a double room, then the registration fee per participant, it drops from $1,800 to $1,600 per person. And what is the value for a companion who would like to travel with you, that will not be part of the technical sessions, but would like to travel and stay at Buzios with you? The cost will be $250 US. That will include the accommodation in the double room, breakfast, lunch during the 4 days that the event will take place, and also the transportation, as well as it is for the users that will participate in the technical sessions. So now, please, let's move to ending part of our webinar here. We'd like to ask you to access this polling system that will start making some questions for you to give your feedback that will help us organize in the best way possible the event. So the first thing is for you to rank. So you can just select here in a ranking format the topics of interest. So among like talks about flexibility, integration of renewable sources and climate uncertainties, generation transmission expansion, storage technologies, hydrology, reliability and resilient expansion, planning, energy supply chain and hydrogen, smart grids and digitalization, energy efficiency and demand management. So those are some topics that we thought would be interesting to be covered during the event. So I would ask you to give your opinion here by ranking those topics. So let's just give a moment for the people to contribute. And just a reminder, the link for the polling scheme is also present in the chat. So if you access the chat here, you'll find the link that will allow you to respond to this poll via the computer. So thanks for the answers. What we see here is that there's a lot of interest in the topics of integration of renewables and climate uncertainties. This is really a challenging topic. Had a lot of discussions in this year's user meeting, and for sure it will be a key topic in next year's user meeting. And related to that, also the modeling of flexibility that will be needed to cope with the challenge of integration of renewables and climate uncertainties. And also related to that, storage technologies, the third topic of interest, most relevant topic of interest. Then reliable and resilient expansion planning, followed by generation transmission expansion, followed by hydrology modeling, followed by energy efficiency and demand management, then energy supply chain and hydrogen, and finally smart grids and digitalization. Okay, so let's move to the next. Related to the types of sessions of interest, please rank among those options: case studies presentation, tutorial practices, presentations made by the users to talk about their experiences, roundtable discussions with international experts, theoretical sessions on methodologies, and there's mini courses on the tools. Those are the 6 key formats that we plan to have, or we think that will be useful to have in the event. And your perspective will also be important for us to dimension how much of them we should have in the event, give us a guidance of your interests. So it seems that for now, people will really like to see a lot of case study presentations, then a mix of theoretical sessions and tutorial practices, and followed by mini courses on the tools, then user presentations, and finally roundtable discussions. And then thanks a lot for all your availability today to participate in this webinar session here. So we shall move to questions. I try to see here which questions have been posed by the chat, or anyone, if you like to ask any specific question, feel free to do it now, or later moment by writing to our email address for the user meeting. If anyone would like to make a question, feel free to raise a hand here in using this option in the Zoom application. Yeah, so there's one question asking about which countries, which power systems will be used or will be covered in the case studies. So of course, when we talk about the case studies presented by the users, then it will be the power systems of the users. But from PSR's presentations, we will cover the case studies that we have worked on, especially try to make a link with our consultancy experience, so studies that we carried out internationally as well, not only in Brazil, Latin America, but internationally, to present the methodologies and the development. So the focus usually are not on the specific power systems, but on the challenges and on the tools and the paths for solutions. But of course, we'll be open to hear from you if you have any suggestion of case study to be prepared. We can also, please send us. We can also consider that and work on a specific case study for a specific system. Someone, can you hear me? Rodrigo, you said that I'm muted. Okay, yeah. I think it's working. What else do we have there? Scroll up. Payment method. So regarding payment method, the one that we have available for now will be international wire transfer, but we're seeking for a solution for the users that will need to pay in an alternative way, for example, using credit card. Don't have it ready yet, but might be an option. So if you would like to, if you would need to make the payment using another payment method that is not international wire transfer, please send us an email so that we can know about the demand for that and organize a solution to be able for you to pay for the registration fee in credit card or any other option. What else? Is this an in-person or online meeting? Yeah. So the question from Ariel, is this an in-person? Yes, the event will be in-person only. The idea is really to have an immersive experience that will come not only from the technical session that will be presented, but all the time spent together during the week in the social events, during lunch times, dinner, all the networking experience. We know that this works quite well from our past users meeting. We know that it might be challenging for users to travel, but we really think that this is an event that really should be considered, and the travel costs and time are worth it. So we won't have online presentations here, so people will not be able to attend online. What we did in this year's event was that we broadcasted the initial session, the roundtable. We broadcasted it live, but it was just one session of the whole event. Don't have it already defined for next year's one, but we really would like to invite you to make your best efforts to be able to stay with us during that week in Búzios. So there's a question also related to countries that are likely to participate. So we cannot anticipate because we just started the registration process. But as you know, we have clients in all Latin American countries. Also, so all of them are, they will be speaking Portuguese or Spanish, but we also have clients in Canada, in the US, the people here attending this meeting from Canada. We have clients from New Zealand, Australia, Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, India, Norway, France, Denmark, Sri Lanka, Iceland, and so Spain. So there's a lot of countries where we have users, and we expect to receive representatives from all different countries. Any other questions? I think Okay. I think I have seen that someone raised the hand, but I believe that the question has been sent via the chat. So I think that's it for today. I really appreciate the time that you spent with us following this webinar, and truly wait for your participation in the event next year. It will be a really special event in a very nice city, in a very nice opportunity for you to engage with our team and learn about more about our tools, go in depth with the new methodologies, and get closer to our support and development team. So see you all in Buzios in 2025. Don't hesitate to write to our email address for the meeting if you have any further questions. Thank you very much.